For centuries, the name Rothschild has been famous throughout the world for three things: bold and forward-looking finance, generous, world-changing philanthropy, and the extraordinary wines produced by Chateau Lafite. Tonight, we honor that same combination in the person of one man, our Lifetime Achievement Award winner, Baron Eric de Rothschild. Baron Eric was born right here in New York City, but his accomplishments, you're surprised, right? But his accomplishments belong to the entire world. He has built an empire in Bordeaux with 5 glorious chateaux, and his wine company, Domaine Baron de Rothschild, or DBR, has expanded to all corners of the earth, from Italy to the Languedoc in France, to Chile, and to Argentina, where he, not surprisingly, has a joint venture with Catena, our New World Winery of the Year. But of course, no Rothschild would stop at just running wine estates. As an active partner in Group Rothschild, Baron Eric has also expanded his family's century-old vision for banking and finance that meets the global needs of more than 90 nations. And all of his accomplishments are enhanced by his generous philanthropy. He was the driving force behind the Holocaust Memorial in Paris. He is an international board member of Israel's Perez Center for Peace and a passionate promoter of closer relations between Israeli Jews, Israeli Arabs, and the Bedouin of the Negev Desert. With his family foundation, he helped to build the new Israeli Supreme Court building and was instrumental in the renovation of Yad Vashem, the famous Israeli museum dedicated to the memory of victims of the Holocaust. And following the lead of his great-great-great-granduncle Edmund, who founded the famous Israeli Carmel winery, Baron Eric is intimately involved with the wines of Israel. And this brings us back to wine and Baron Eric's latest venture. This time, China is the destination. DBR is partnering with a Chinese investment group to create vineyards in Southeastern Asia. This latest DBR initiative is particularly appropriate because the prestige of Chateau Lafite and the resonance of the Rothschild name have become a siren song for Chinese collectors. We saw that with the $234,000 bottle just recently sold in Hong Kong. And of course, the Chinese are not alone in their esteem for Chateau Lafite Rothschild, which is currently the most collectible wine on the planet. Prices for the 09 vintage have reached tens of thousands of US dollars for a case of wine that is still in barrel. So tonight, as we salute Baron Eric de Rothschild for a lifetime achievement, we are honored to be able to toast him with his own wine. We are told his aunt, Lilliane de Rothschild, once said to guests at Chateau Lafite, "I do hope you like this wine. It's homemade." Baron Eric, we wish you many more vintages of your homemade wine. And as we are served your artistry in the glass, let's take a tour of DBR properties around the world.
They oppose absolutely no resistance to being drunk. That's the secret of Lafite.
When you see the logo of DBR with the 5 arrows, that means you are secured, you are insured. The wine will be good.
Excellence in both vines and wines has always been what Domaine Baron de Rothschild Lafite is all about. Bringing out the full potential of terroirs to produce exceptional wines in Bordeaux, in the Languedoc, and in South America. The legendary Chateau Lafite was bought by the Rothschild family in 1868. It was the wine of King Louis XV and the first of the first growths in the 1855 classification. The result of a perfect terroir and a rigorous approach to quality, this unique wine has represented excellence for over 3 centuries. Chateau Duhat Milan, next to Lafite, is the only 4th classified growth in Pauillac. Its wine has the characteristics of a great Médoc, offering remarkable balance and long-term aging. Chateau L'Évangile is perfectly located on the prestigious Pomerol Plateau. Suppleness and elegance from the Merlot, combined with finesse and structure from the Cabernet Franc, produce subtlety and refinement. It's one of the greatest wines of Bordeaux. Chateau Rieux-Sec was bought in 1984. A Sauterne first growth, Rieux-Sec's terroir has been recognized ever since sweet white wines began to be made in this region. A miracle of nature, combining Sémillon, Sauvignon, and Muscadelle to produce a dense expression of flowers and candied fruit. Baron Eric de Rothschild was charmed by the region and the history of the Domaine d'Ossières, which goes back to Roman times. He took the gamble of revitalizing one of the oldest estates in the Languedoc. All of Domaine Baron de Rothschild Lafite's resources were mobilized. The unique savoir-faire of the great estates of Bordeaux, the commercial and financial resources, and in-house techniques. Chateau and Blason d'Ossières express all the richness of the wines of Corbière, together with the aromatic strength of the Mediterranean garrigues. Syrah, Grenache, and Mourvèdre flourish at the base of the Fond Froide Massif. The wines of the Pays d'Oc, Ossière White and Ossière Red, combine maturity and freshness of fruit with subtlety and depth. Domaine Baron de Rothschild Lafite embarked on a pioneering role in Chile in 1988. A vineyard of superb quality was created in the Colchagua Valley. It benefits from excellent sunshine, good water resources, and semi-arid soil. All of this combined with the expertise of Domaine Baron de Rothschild Lafite and local winemaking traditions. Cabernet Sauvignon has adapted perfectly to this new world. The wines of Los Vascos are powerful and complex. They reveal harmonious notes of cedar, eucalyptus, and licorice, which culminate in the Grande Cuvée Le 10. The idea of a partnership with Nicolás Catena in Argentina was born in 1998. It was the perfect alchemy between 2 family winemaking traditions. The Catena family selected its best high-altitude terroirs in Mendoza, and Domaine Baron de Rothschild Lafite provided its expertise in the art of blending. Caro and its second wine, Amancaya, are a magnificent alliance between Malbec and Cabernet Sauvignon. The collection wines meet the new expectations of wine lovers worldwide. They offer greater simplicity and accessibility in price and style. This more accessible range of wines is for daily drinking. It remains true to the house style, focusing on the personality of the terroir, balance, and the purity of the fruit. Légende, Saga, and Réserve Spéciale come in 4 great Bordeaux appellations: Bordeaux, Bordeaux White, Médoc, and Pauillac. They express all the savoir-faire of Bordeaux, with a little extra modern flavor. The Lafite spirit, excellence, finesse, and elegance.
Please welcome to the podium Wine Enthusiast Lifetime Achievement Award winner, Baron Eric de Rothschild.
dear Adam, dear Sybil, dear Jackie, because this is a family operation, in fact. So I want to say to you all, in fact, and especially to dear friends, thank you for being here this evening and helping me receive this very, very heavy award. I just want to say one thing. I think that Adam's presentation was probably a little bit too enthusiastic. There's a lot of things there which he put onto my shoulders which I would have loved to have done, but I can't say that I was really completely active in rebuilding the Knesset or rebuilding the Supreme Court in Israel. This was done by the Yad Hanadi Foundation, which is a family foundation, but I must say I don't share it. Anyway, one's always, I wouldn't say slightly, I would say very, very embarrassed when one receives such a prestigious award. I have a feeling that really, basically, I don't deserve it. And in this case, the real person, and I say person, it should go to, should be, and the honoree should be Chateau Lafite. Chateau Lafite, and luckily you told me that I only had 1 minute and 30 seconds to talk to you, because I could talk to you about Chateau Lafite till the Morning Star appears tomorrow morning. And I would say that, now that's why I really call it, I would say, a person. Chateau Lafite is an extraordinary, lovable, honorable person. She's a lady of supreme grace and also of supreme modesty. And year after year, she produces this extraordinary product, which is each year the Chateau Lafite, which I think appeals to every part of you, from the most physical to the most intellectual. And this gives you, I must say, an enormous pleasure, an enormous joy, and this is really the spirit of Lafite, and it is Lafite which should be honored. It's a rare and marvelous and from time to time actually terrifying honor to serve Lafite. And me and all the team of Lafite are happy and honored that Lafite is receiving today this award. And it is, I think, to her and to many of the babies she spawned in various countries of the world, throughout France, in Chile, and also, of course, in Argentina, with our dear friend Nicola Catena. It is really to Lafite that I dedicate this award, and me and all the team of Lafite, from my great friend Christophe Salin, who's there, my extraordinary friend who is Charles Chevalier, the winemaker of Lafite, and lots of the other, and all, I would say, of the other properties in Bordeaux. An extraordinary person, a person I absolutely love for his art. He has something in him which is extraordinary. I've been making Lafite, and I'm going to take a little bit more than 1 minute, 30 seconds. But making Lafite, and the great joy, I think, and to all the people who were honored today, and all the winemakers, all the wine owners, etc., the great, great joy of winemaking is that it is always a parable. It is always a parable, and a parable in not the biblical sense, in the mathematical sense. Everybody who's been to school knows that a parable is a curve which goes up and goes down. And in winemaking, every decision is a parabol. If you don't do enough, you're not close to the top. But if you do a little too much, you begin going down. And that is the secret of winemaking, finding the absolute top of the parabol. And this is the joy, the honor, the terrifying responsibility which you have when you run a Lafite. It is touching the parabol 20, 25, 30 times each year, being quite certain you don't pick too early, but you don't pick too late. You don't have your wines on it the must too long, but you don't let them not enough. All this, you do it, and it is the excitement of Lafite. And I would also say, amongst the team, which is not only winemaking which is important, it's also from time to time you've got to actually sell the wine. And that is something, and I want to extend my thanks for the whole team of Pasternak Wine, Jim Galtieri, and all the people who are around him, who are our great sales force in America. And they are the element which allows us back at home to relax, knowing that they are working hard and we can be the artists, they are the salesmen. It is therefore Lafite who we thank it is therefore Lafite who today thanks you all. They thank you all the journalists, the wine enthusiast who has this extraordinary strength of promoting all the wines of the world. And it's quite interesting when you look at all the awards, you see how it moves and how very quickly you were completely international. You were completely, you understood very, very early that wine had become a completely international operation. And I think that's very brilliant, and you see it when you see all the awards which you gave up. And therefore, we're thankful to the journalists, we're thankful to the importers, we're thankful to all the restaurateurs, and we're thankful more than anything to all the American wine drinkers. And I think we want to thank you, not only the American public and the wine enthusiasts. We don't want you just to thank you for this award, but we want to thank you for the enormous support which you, the US trade and the public, has always given to Bordeaux in the past decades, and if not more than the past decades. And I am quite sure, when you look at what's happening in the world, and all of a sudden everybody talks about China, how, I wouldn't say clever, but far-thinking we were in going into China and creating a Chinese, or trying to create, because at the moment we haven't even, to tell you the absolute truth, we haven't yet planted the first vine. We've cleared the land. We know exactly where we want to plant. We know exactly what type of cépage we want to plant, but for the time being, we haven't yet planted. So the Lafite de Chine will only come out in several years' time. And therefore, we are absolutely certain that as the world moves, the American market is going to remain one of our most important markets. And we want to make sure that it actually remains that way. And we will only do that if we do a series of things. One is continuing to make the most delicious drink in the world. And that I can promise you we will do every effort to make. We'll also have to continue to make sure that this market, the American market, is well supplied with our wines, and we'll make sure that this happens. We are faithful. We're a family company. We're faithful to the people who have helped us and who have been our buyers for many, many years, and we'll be certain that this market is well supplied. And we want to remain close to all our friends over here, many of whom are gathered here tonight. So, dear Adam, dear Adam, many, many thanks for this award. I'm really, really pleased to have received it on behalf, as I say, of Lafite, and to say to all our friends here how much we enjoy being in the United States. As you know, I was born here, so I have a little bit of American touch in me. So to all of you, a great thanks and a great future to all the American wine trade. Thank you.